Welcome to Standard Chartered Money Insights, a podcast series by Standard Chartered Bank that brings you market views and insights on the go.
Welcome to Cut to the Chase. Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of December. I'm Daniel Lam, your host for the podcast. In our podcast on the 20th of November, we talked about how Indian equities have been turning the corner. The latest GDP growth figure for the September quarter at 8.2% defied expectations. It was the fastest in 6 quarters and sharply better than the consensus at 7.4%. There was stronger growth across most of the sectors. There was accelerating growth in industry, while the services sector grew at 9.2% year over year, which is a second successive quarter of plus 9% growth. Policy stimulus from income tax cut and interest rate reductions, good monsoon, and lower inflation likely drove momentum in economic activities. There was strong corporate earnings momentum with 14% EBITDA growth due to low commodity prices and boost in sales, as well as an uptake in economic activity. So this confirms our thoughts in the aforementioned podcast that the current earnings season indicates the bottoming out of the earnings cycle. Of course, there has been decisive policy support through goods and services tax and income tax cuts, alongside with front-loaded policy rate cuts and favorable liquidity conditions. That's triggering a consumption-led growth cycle with possible upgrades to EPS estimates over the next few quarters. The valuation premium relative to Asia ex-Japan and emerging market peers has narrowed this year. Foreign investor positioning in Indian equities is currently low. Moreover, there's continued downside surprise in monthly inflation prints. So all of these provide favorable conditions for investors to be adding Indian equities. The Nifty index has been making higher highs and higher lows since September 2025, and investors can consider adding on pullbacks. That is all from me for today. As always, if you enjoy this podcast, please don't forget to rate and like it. Thanks for listening, and we wish you a happy day ahead.
Thank you for listening to Standard Chartered Money Insights, a podcast series by Standard Chartered Bank. For more details, visit Market Views on the Go on our website or click the link in the description.